Okay, guys, 2 days in a row. I feel like I'm kind of running around today. Again, when you come in, if you can let me know that you are here, you can hear me. I'm downstairs in my office again, so we know how that sometimes doesn't work. But just let me know you're here. Tell me where you're coming in from so I can see that this is working. But I thought I'd come in here today and share a game that we play every Christmas Eve. We've done it since the kids were little. And still, our oldest is 16, our niece is 16, and then we've got Gabrielle, who is 14, a nephew who is 14, and then one younger in 6th grade, and they still want to play this game. So it's fun for little kids all the way up to adults. You can play this game. And so I put it together every year, and I thought I'd come on here. I shared it on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's just at mycreativedays. You can find me over there, but a lot of people like the idea, so I thought I'd come on here and show you how I do it and how we play it. So first of all, you basically want to get a bunch of gifts, and you're going to wrap them. You may have seen this online, but it's this wrapped gift game. And so you buy a bunch of things, and then you wrap them all individually in layers. I like to use up scraps of wrapping paper that I have when I'm wrapping gifts. And then I feel better, like I'm not throwing this out like it's got a little use. I use the scraps of wrapping paper, and then I use packaging tape. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. And now that our kids are older, I use a lot of this. So don't go buy the most expensive packaging tape. Just use, just use the cheap stuff. So I like to use this because we have used saran wrap before, and the kids feel like it's a little too easy, because once you get one layer of saran wrap off, you can just continually just take it off. This they really have to work at to get to. So if you have older kids, I would recommend using the packaging tape. Now, you can use whatever you want. A question I got is, how many gifts do you wrap? Well, it'll depend on how many kids you have playing, or adults, if you're doing this for adults. But you can have as many gifts. You can make this as big as you want. I don't know how many I have in here so far, but I'm still going. So not everybody's going to get the same amount of gifts at the end. It's just the game doesn't work that way. But the kids, once they get all done and through this ball, they trade at the end anyway, which just prolongs the game, and it makes it a little more fun anyway. They like to do it. So that's however many you want to do. There's no right or wrong answer. Now, another question that I got was wrapping odd shaped items. And so I just grabbed a few things here so I could kind of show you. I had like cans of snacks, and I had boxes of, I can't remember what was in here. But like boxes like this, like a box of crayons for littler kids, or a box of markers, or like you'll have things like this. And that's how you wrap them, like this on your ball. Your ball's not going to be perfectly shaped or anything. So this is how I do it. I start with one thing, I wrap it up, and then I set the next thing on top, and I wrap it up, and then I just keep going. And I do spin the ball every time I wrap. This piece is just driving me nuts. Every time I wrap. So then I just kind of find the flatter areas, just so it's a little more, I don't know, better. So there's that. I like to find things where there's multiple things inside, and then I can, so candy, or I'm trying to think, like littler kids, if you bought a box of fruit snacks or granola bars or something, you could take each of those out and then wrap these things individually. So there will be 3 instead of the 1. So I will show you kind of how I do this, and then I will, I'll just do one of these Santas. I'll show you what I figured out to do for the older kids, and I'll tell you why. I just opened my FabFit Fun Box yesterday, so I thought I'd bring this down and share. Like, these would be fun to wrap up for adults, teenagers, inside the face masks that came in the FabFit Fun Box to use in your ball. These hair things that you wear to wash your face, candy, cozy socks, gift cards if you wanted to throw one of those in. chapsticks, sports cards, trading cards, candy, snacks, pens, markers. I mean, the list goes on. You can put whatever you want in here. It's just what your kids or the people playing would like. Okay, so all I do, how am I going to do this? We'll just do it like that, is I will put the item, I try to find the flatter side, and right now I'm just I don't have one. So I will just set him right there, and then I put this isn't supposed to be a pretty gift or anything. I put the paper right over it, and then you've got 2 hands. That works best. Landon is actually upstairs. It's finals week, so he gets out early, and then he's got a basketball game, so I got to take him and drop him off for the bus and go get Gabby. So it's been kind of it will be a crazy week. Finals are always, I feel like I'm running all over the place all day long. So I just do this so every piece of that paper is covered, and it's not going to be easy for them to get inside the paper. Now I said our kids are getting older, so there you go. So there, it's covered. And then I would just so let's say I was going to do this. So then I would just set this here, put the paper over it, and then wrap it with the tape. The younger your kids are, the easier they are to buy for stuff like this. You can get, dollar store toys and like crayons and that kind of stuff. Our kids are getting older, so the candy and the treats and everything, those are easy. And we have boys and girls. It would be cool to do just a girl one. I feel like girls are a little easier with the spa stuff and the nail polish and all that kind of stuff that you could put in there. But we do it with the boys and the girls at our home. So while I was standing at Walmart trying to find different ideas and things that we could put in this gift bag, I thought, or box, or whatever, ball, coins. So what I have been doing is okay, it's telling me I have a low connection. I'm hoping this is working. I'm going to just go with it. If you guys are here, just let me know you're here and you can hear me. But I'm just going to plow through. Okay, so on certain layers, I am just putting a penny or whatever you have, penny, quarter, whatever. And then I'm wrapping it I'm just putting the paper on top, and then I am wrapping it with putting the tape on top of that. So what we're going to do this year is whoever, there's things, snacks and stuff in here, but whoever gets the most coins at the end, I'm going to put together just a little gift basket. I really haven't decided what I'm going to do yet for that, but whoever gets the most coins at the end will win that gift basket, because it's so hard right now at the age they are to put things in here that they're all going to like. So I thought that was an easy way, maybe some gift cards, or maybe just something a little bigger at the end. Whoever has the most coins. I cannot find the edge of my tape to do that right now, and I won't bore you guys with that. I thought I felt it there. So same thing, just on different levels, I'm adding pennies so that when they're unwrapping it, and some of them I haven't put paper over it. I just put the tape right on top. So they're going to have to be careful when they're taking it off to make sure they check the tape that's ripping off, because if there's coins in there, they want to add up the coins in the end to get the gift basket or whatever in the end. So that's a great solution for kids that are just kind of at that older age. And if you're doing boys and girls together, especially, that they can still, it's still fun to unwrap and to grab all those coins. Matt thought it would be fun to do the gold, chocolate coins that they sell right now for Christmas, but I worried about those melting. I don't know. And then, this is bothering me. Okay. And then, or them breaking and it just being a mess all over the carpet. So these coins, that's what we're going to do. Now, how do you play this game? So what you do is, I brought them, here they are. All you need are 2 dice, and you can start however you want. Maybe you start with the youngest, maybe you start with the oldest, but everybody sits around in the circle. We do ours on the floor. You could do it on a table. So the kids all sit around in a circle on the floor, and then this is in the center of everybody. And the first person, so if you're starting the youngest, or you could roll to see who gets the highest to see who starts. So the first person that starts, you say go, and they start unwrapping this. However they can, whatever they can get open during their turn stays with them. the person right next to them, as soon as they start opening this, the person right next to them is rolling the dice, rolling the dice. As soon as they get doubles, this gets passed to them. And then they start unwrapping and unrolling as they pass the dice to the next person. So then they're trying to find doubles, and it just keeps moving around. Somebody's unwrapping and somebody's rolling at all times. And so when you get a double, the gift gets to you. Sometimes somebody will get 5 gifts and the next person will get none, which is kind of the fun of it. But when you get all done, then how we do it is the kids can trade. Once this is all opened, the kids can then trade and do whatever they want with the gifts that they got inside. But I can't remember when I first started this with the kids, but it's something that I said to the kids this year, are you guys too old for this? And all of them, hands down, wanted to do it again. This would be fun to do as an adult-themed party, too, because you could have some fun with what you put inside here. So I hope I explained that. If you have any questions, let me know. But I was working on it today and thought I shared it on Instagram, and they liked the idea. And then I answered some of the questions that I got over there. But if you guys have any questions about it, let me know, and I'll come back in and answer them. But it's a super fun game. It does not have to cost a lot of money. You know, the game is really the how many they get at their turn is the fun of it. So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but you can just do all coins too. And then at the end, have a gift for whoever's got the most coins. But the littler kids, it's fun because you can find a lot of inexpensive things to put in there for. Yes, it's so fun. Okay, this is working. My internet's working. Good. It's so fun. We've done it every year, and I guess we're not stopping anytime soon because the kids still want to do it. So, okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll come back on and share. I'm not going to come back on and share. I'm going to come back on and answer those questions.